Hey, Roaring! Hey, Roaring! Hey, Roaring! You're calling turf and in Tom's penis. Garbage!
Welcome back, everybody, to SEN Live, Schmodown Entertainment Network. You rat bastards. It's nice to have everybody back here today on this Wednesday, 2020. Oh, what a year, huh? What a year it is. Nice to have you all back. Nice to have RB3, man, the myth, the legend.
What's up?
The bandit. Ben Gunn, wearing a nice, colorful shirt, expressing his mood. I like it. Brett Sheridan. And Kate Mulligan.
Buongiorno, principessa.
How you doing?
Come stai? Come stai?
Let's get everybody back here. What a show. What a show. Look, let's call it what it is. 2020 sucks a big ball. Big ball. One big fat ball. That's what it sucks. It is awful. Woke up this morning. Siri, check air quality. Ugh. She basically looked at me and said, not good.
It's like, it's going to be a yikes for me, dog.
I mean, to the end. Dude, I looked at it. I started doing other searches. I'm like, well, let's see where it is in other parts of places I lived at. Siri, do a search of 11364, which is in Queens. That's good. 20. Oh, good. 20's good, I guess. 20's good. Okay. Give me Florida. Also good. Minus stupid people walking around with in Walmart with no masks for a protest. But other than that, pretty good. Anything else? Yeah. Give me search in Los Angeles. 20. Not 20. What is it? Let's just say not 20. Well, what is it? We're gonna go with over 100. Okay, good. So what are you saying? Don't leave anywhere you are right now. Put a hazmat suit on. Oh, okay, good. So it's been good. It's been good.
I keep feeling hopeful though, Kristian, because I keep seeing my friends in San Francisco saying their air quality is better again, and I'm like, okay, if it's got to be us next, right? Our air quality is gonna get good.
I mean, it's gonna get. I mean, I don't know about good because it's never because it made me start to realize. Yeah, it made me start to realize. I've never done that before. Hey Siri, check the air quality. Would she ever have said good? You know, like
after it rains, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, and when does that happen? Once a year?
In March.
The only time was immediately after everything shut down, and there was just everything was clearing up.
Right.
And they said that in order to like reverse all the damage, it would have to be like that continuously. So there's no. We're just gonna go right back into it. It reminds me of that scene when everybody was staying home. It reminded me of that scene in Endgame, right? When Captain Penis comes in to talk to Scarlett Johansson and says, it was for the first time he saw like dolphins in like the Hudson, and she's just like, it's like everything was clear as day. Anyway, lots of cool stuff happening. A lot of good news to talk about. I'm really excited for today in general because, first of all, thank you. Yesterday, I had told you guys that we needed to in order to keep the shows on that are not run by Streamlabs and Super Chats, and those two shows right now are my show, One-on-One with Kristian Harloff, and the show debuting today, All My Movies with Dan Murrell. It is... you guys have gone to Apple Podcasts. You've left a review. You've done that. You got me into.
Donated $20. Don't know whose stream I am stepping on the toes of, but everyone watch the PlayStation stream today at 4 Eastern. They may open up PlayStation 5 pre-orders and will most likely give price at this one and be showing off some next-gen games. I'm so stoked.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for letting us know. But you guys went to Apple Podcasts, and you did that. And it was at, I think my show was at like 56 or something. It's up in the chart.
Go ahead.
Charts now. It's in the 40s. But man, Dan Murrell, that guy hasn't debuted an episode. His show is number 30.
Jesus.
Right now. Right now it's number 30, and it is get it to number 1. It debuts today. He's got The Dark Knight. It's a phenomenal episode. Both of the links are in the description here today. But like I said, if you want to keep these shows going, this isn't one of those things where it's donations and schmobots and all that to keep it going. This is all about making sure you guys are listening.
$20. So I saw Class Action Park and then asked my dad if he ever went, and he was like, yeah, I went once and my friend almost drowned in the wave pool. Crazy. So we ended up watching it together.
So he basically got what he paid for in the admission. That's what happens. It says you pay an extra $4 and you can drown in the wave pool. That's usually how.
So you get a lifetime memory once you shut the fuck up and keep moving. Okay.
True. Hey, I'm trying to score with this broad. I'm 80 years old. I'm eating pizza. It's 6 days old. Who gives a shit? This is my summer job. He's talking about drowning in the yeah. That's part of it. You fucking asshole. Put on the heat. Shut up, stupid. There's no heat. It's outside. Go swim in the fucking pool. Oh man, it's good to have you back.
Put a CFS on his wristband. It stands for can't fucking swim.
You know that is absolutely true. I had a friend of mine who's actually a producer now. I won't say his name but I used to work for him. And he's a very creative guy and has gotten a lot of stuff done in this business, but he's a scatterbrain, and he's all over the fucking place, right? Great dude, great producer, good friend of mine. He was in charge of the fucking rapids at Action Park. There's no chance that guy should have been in charge of it, because I would have to go in there he was one of my first jobs when I went out, and I would say, hey, dude, you got this. Huh? You got this today at 3. What? Huh? Oh, all right. And it's like $2.55. It's like he sits back down.
Is his name Ethan Irwin?
No, it's not. But it's like Ethan was not scatterbrain.
No, I love
but Ethan knows the person I'm talking about, and it would be like, it's $2.59. Huh? Oh, 3:15. Meetings is 15 minutes in. When are you starting a meeting? I told you 87 times. All right. And like that guy is in charge of people's lives? No. That's Action Park. That's Action Park. That's one of the ads. This guy's in charge. Come on over.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going back to all my movies with Dan Murrell, I am so excited for this show. I can tell you that I already watched the first episode. I listened to the first episode. And I've subscribed to the first episode and all that. It's really good, man, because it's all about physical media. This episode that debuts today, he's talking about The Dark Knight. He doesn't have a guest; it's just him. The next couple shows, he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna have an episode with on ET. He's got Dee Wallace, who's going to be on with him, who played the mom in ET, and then he's gonna have the Bill and Ted's episode with Alex Winter. Which is going to be really exciting.
To dig it in, no guest, just himself. Higher ratings on the Apple Podcast.
I'm cool with it, man. Hey, it's all the same network. 100%. Hey, it's Dan Murrell.
I know.
I'm good with it. Hey, look,
you had somebody from a wildly popular television show.
Dan Murrell. I get it.
Dan Murrell. Boom.
I'm cool, but look, I'm all right with it.
I know it's your company.
If he and I are at one, I want us to get the 1 and 2. That's the goal, and I'll take 2. I'll take 2.
Would you take 4 to his 1?
100%. I'll take 10.
That was a dig at Roka.
Oh yeah, I'll take
Goddard
10. I don't give a shit. I like that show. I'm all for it. But like today, and so Friday for my show, I'm having Paul Walter Hauser on.
Hell yeah.
And that's another one that's going to be a lot of fun. I already recorded the episode. And he's another one. He's a super talented guy, but he's had a lot of life, and you listen to him and the stuff that he talks about, and he's a really I liked talking to him because I've never had a conversation with him. Sholo I did, I had known Sholo with an interview that I had with him 2 years ago, but I had never really spoken to Paul one-on-one before, and I'm glad that I did. Because I learned a lot about him and stuff that he did. We talked about Richard Jewell. We talked about the fact, the controversy that happened to Richard Jewell and if that affected him, how he got it, by the way. So just a quick thing that I didn't know. I don't know if you guys knew this. You know that, Goddard, that story
Sean
that...
donated $20. Also, I subbed to Dan and Kristian's podcasts. Always have come into podcasts when they're already off the ground, so it will be cool being there from the beginning. Sorry for leading with a PlayStation plug, but console launches are only once every 7 years.
Oh, good. No. Glad you did.
That's
Thank
amazing.
You.
Thank you.
It was very nice of you. Yeah. But Ben, so I remember when we talked about, remember that the mini series they did on Richard Jewell, like I think it was like on DirecTV or something afterwards, and it was so they right around the same time, right after Richard Jewell came out, they were also recording this series and I can't remember who played Richard Jewell, but what I didn't know is that Paul Walter Hauser was actually offered that role of Richard Jewell first, and it was for a lot of money.
Really?
Yes, and then the way because Jonah Hill was attached to Richard Jewell for a while.
Cameron Britton.
Is that who played it? So he was offered it, and then he was offered the actual movie with Clint Eastwood. His whole story of how he got the job, how he was able to do it, going into it, it was a lot that I didn't know before that he told me about. He's a really his dad is a pastor, Lutheran, and he talked about kind of growing up in Michigan, and I loved it. I really loved talking to him. And I'm going to be having the creators of Cobra Kai on. We're recording that pretty soon, and then Miri Jedikin's going to be on. So we've got a couple good guests coming down the pike here. So make sure you subscribe there. Speaking of Cobra Kai, did anyone of you humps watch it yet?
I did the first episode, but then Lonnie. I mean, we had a late night the night before, so she fell asleep midway through. I finished it myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not completely jazzed. I'm sure this is one of these. Maybe it builds a little bit, but I did love. Spoiler alert! I love the little tease of or whatever what he's watching. Iron Eagle.
Oh yeah,
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh. Chappie Sinclair, dude, for Chappie.
Dude, you just Brett, keep watching, dude. Some of the stuff that Johnny says, like it's like, so you can't get away with some of the stuff that he says, but he can because he's so plucked out of the '80s. This character, like he's going through the lot at one point. And he's walking through, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but this is a line that he says to Daniel that's so nonchalantly. I'm like, I can't believe he said that, and he just laughs because you're like, holy shit, he just got away with that.
Well, my question is, so am I supposed to? Because I mean, my immediate introduction to him is that he's racist. He's kind of out of touch with things. You know what I mean?
Donated $100. I love you guys so much that I thought I should send you a little token of appreciation. You all are a bright spot in my day. You inspired me to start a podcast which will be coming very soon. Keep being awesome human beings.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Nice of you.
More than a little token of appreciation, by the way.
Is he my connecting character, or is he just like
he's one of them, and that's what I like about the show is that the question is, can you wind up someone who is so down in the dumps, has a shitty way of looking at things, are the writers clever enough to be able to redeem him to you and make you care about him?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, in my opinion.
Agent 666 PTC donated $20. Hey guys and gal. I have been so down recently with all this crazy crap going down in the world today. Everyone's turning a blind eye. But I am asking the big questions. Like if pants could talk, would anyone risk wearing them? Think about it. Yeah. If pants could talk, would I wear them? 100%.
If underwear could talk, I would not. I'll put it that way. My underwear would just be like, well, yeah. If underwear could talk, they would just be like, why is that thing so much bigger than it used to be?
Shine would say that too, Kate.
Come on, we need a wax. Show me. Come on. I don't know why it turned into like a crazy Southern person. But come on, shave it. It was poking out the sides. It hurt me.
I don't know if you guys saw. I tweeted out last week. Whoever keeps putting these long pubes in my underwear, please stop.
No.
What are you doing down here? It's like barbed wire. We're underwear. Help us out here.
Kate's underwear just sitting on the floor in the morning? Nope.
No,
I'm not going to do it. No.
Not doing it.
No.
On strike.
Yeah.
Not doing it. Not doing it. All right, moving. Well, anyway, I just did a deep dive into Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I'm not giving up. I just immediately was like, oh, he's kind of a dick, and he's.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. Watch. He said the stuff he says to Miguel and everything in the beginning. Yeah, he says things. That's the thing that you watch the show and then after they're like 26 minutes each. But anyway, I finished 1 and 2 again. I just blasted through it, which was great. I think we're going to have a schmobot here, a very generous schmobot from someone in Super Chat.
Brawler donated $49.99 through Super Chat. I went out to dinner with my dad the other night, who was raised in New York, and casually asked him about Action Park, and he knew about it. The rest of the night I read him an article about the documentary, and we
laughed at the ridiculousness of it. Yeah, absolutely. I've gotten so many messages about that, and they're advertising it so well. It is like it's like the main ad for HBO Max, which is incredible. They're really advertising it well.
I think after we talked about it, it shot up like big on the charts. I think like pretty much like I don't know. I noticed like pretty much for me like as soon as after we talked about it, it went to like one of the top HBO Max originals. So
look, I hope that's the case, because we I loved it. But anyway, just real quick, I finished up Cobra Kai again, and I actually wound up loving season 2, because when I first saw season 2, I didn't love it as much as I liked season 1. But for some reason, on the second watch, knowing everything that I already knew and watching it with different eyes, I really, really enjoyed it. My biggest problem that I had in season 2 is how fast the kids like learn karate. Like they go from like within a year, they're pretty much like ninjas. And I just accepted that after season 2. Like they're like doing backflips off of trees and shit, and like and the fights that they're having are they're like movie fights. It's not like. It's not like high school tournament karate anymore. It's like these are like people that could fight in action movies, and I accepted that after season 2 and rewatched it that way.
$20. I saw The Five Bloods over the weekend, and holy fuck, that was one hell of a movie, and Delroy Lindo was amazing. Deserves Best Actor in my opinion.
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser also in that one too. When we talk, by the way, which we talked about working with Spike Lee and how he got the gig with Spike Lee, and how he won Spike Lee over in the room for Black Klansman when he was on it. So again, that's going to be this week. You know what's actually, you get a kick out of this, you guys, is that last night, putting my oldest to bed, and my wife had hooked up when she was the computer, it was kind of hooked up to my phone, so we didn't realize it was on, and it's peaceful in the house. My phone rings, but the upstairs computer like blasts out, and I'm like, oh man! So I run out, and it startles my poor daughter, who's almost asleep, and I run out, I shut it down, and I decline the call. And I come back in, and my daughter goes, "Who was that? Like, did you decline it?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Who was it?" I go, "It's Dan Merle." She's like, "What?" She goes, "You declined a call from Dan Merle?" She goes, "That's the movie trivia Schmodown champion, Dad. You don't see, like anybody else, I would understand it, but you don't decline Dan Merle's phone call, Dad." Oh my God! And I was dying laughing, and it was so funny. I go, "Don't worry, I'll call him back." And I called Dan and told him that he got a kick out of it. So, anyway.
Was she like, wait a minute, but don't you go to bed now too? You're like, no, actually, no. We have a whole other life.
I would love a little time, if that's okay. If that's all right with you,
that's okay.
Yeah, no.
Like 3 minutes without your face and mine.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, no shit. All right, let's get into some of these. We do have some movie stories, and if you saw in the lead here. Normally, thinking about putting a Super Mario brother as the Mario. I know people go nuts when I say Mario. My daughter goes nuts. It's not Mario. It's Mario.
She says it too. It's a big.
East Coast. Fucking break.
I know it's the East Coast.
Anyway, so I remember how long they said that Super Mario was not going to be any type of movie after that live action came out. They were just very. Gun shy about putting anything out there. So Ben, give me a break.
$20. Kristian, Heidi, and Frank announced on Monday that they have an HD2 radio station coming soon that will be all talk and it will need content. We'd love to hear some SEN content on the radio. Could be like Toad Hop 2.0.
It's not a bad idea. I have to look into it. What to see? Yeah, I'm glad that you told me that, not Mark Ellis, who is there every week and probably knew about that. Mark probably knew about that a month ago and said, "I'll mention to Kristian." Just totally forgot.
Oh, look at you!
I'm wearing the merch.
What do you got? Oh, look at you!
Oh, you got yours already?
Is that a SEN shirt? Oh no.
Mark Ellis. It's his.
That's a great shirt.
It was when you buy the if you buy the show, you can also get the shirt.
Oh, look at that! All right, well let's talk. Make sure you check that out too. By the way, and we didn't mention Mark's. I don't know if you guys did when I wasn't on, but Mark, when his comedy show that he did, it was really good. They put on a great show, and I have to get the name.
John gets donated $20. Kristian, my birthday is in 2 days, so thanks for scheduling that Rocky match for me. Also, 1 week later, us Action Generals are having a free-for-all movie trivia battle. Also, I agree with your daughter. What's wrong with you?
I know.
Amos Torpid Bleeding donated $20. Listen, I love you guys. You are the best part of my work days while I eat lunch. I am really sad Outlaw isn't on Backstage anymore. I wonder if I can find him anywhere else on the internet. I'll Google it. Holy shit, this guy is everywhere.
He is. Yeah, Roka's last episode was really good, and I'm going to play a little bit at the end there because the end something happened that I was like, oh my goodness, that was interesting. But anyway, listen, going back to this Mario thing, give me the breakdown here, Ben. What's the details?
So we are gonna get an animated Mario movie from Nintendo in 2022. The report confirms that this CG Mario movie is, quote, scheduled for theatrical release in 2022, and that production is moving ahead smoothly. There's some top-tier talent working behind the scenes.
Sutherland donated $20. Hey, Kirsty and Kate and Brett, have you seen the Comedy Store doc series trailer yet? Really miss going there and didn't realize all the legends that have gone there. Looking forward to the series when it comes out. Also hit the like button, folks.
Thank you. Kristian just went to go watch it.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna go check it out.
He'll be back with the full review.
I haven't heard about it. See, I don't have the same Comedy Store connection though as I've been Kristian and Mark. I mean, Kate, were you a store?
I just did I just did the Belly Room a couple times. No,
yeah.
I never ever. You know what's funny? The first time I ever did the OR was the draft.
Oh wow,
that is funny.
Yeah. I did. I went there to meet someone to do a show at the Comedy Store, and I went up and I walked. And I saw the sign Belly Room, and I walked through there, and I was like, "This is amazing." I sat down on this little curved table, and somebody came over to me a little bit later and said, "Yeah, you're sitting in Mitzi's table."
Oh yeah. That wasn't the Belly Room.
No, and I was like, "Oh, sorry." And then I went over to a different table, and I'm like, "This is great. I thought this place was gonna be teeny." And they go, "Do you have tickets to this show?" I'm like, "No, I'm meeting somebody to do a show in the Belly Room here." And they're like, "The Belly Room is over there." And at the sign, the way it looked like arrow. The arrow's a little cockeyed.
$50. Love you all. I've been a fan since 2012. Just wanted to show my support for everyone on this network. Looking forward to all the new shows, especially Winton's Inner Geekdom show. And 2 more things. 1. Trans rights are human rights. And 2. Hi, Brett.
100% on point 1 and 100 points for saying hi.
100 points for saying hi to me.
You got 100% on point 1 and then
we keep track of those points. Don't think that we don't.
Absolutely. So thank you for the wonderful message in general for what you put in there, and thank you for the wonderful donation. All right. So also, as far as the Comedy Store thing goes, no, I didn't get a chance to see the trailer yet. I saw that Burke Kreischer had put out the trailer. I'm going to watch it for sure. I thought it was something that should have been done a long time ago. I'm glad that they're doing it. And I think, as far as the Super Mario thing goes, please finish.
We don't have many details. We just know that production is going smooth. 2022, CG animated. Unfortunately, there's no story or casting details, but they're saying it's the right step, and this is the first time Mario is going to be on the big screen since 1993 with the Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo bombshell. So, are you guys excited to show your kids Mario? Because you guys are, Brett and Kate, you guys are big Nintendo Switch people. So, are you guys excited to see Mario back on the big screen?
No. I mean, I just don't. Actually, it's not a film thing for me. I don't know. There's so many different Mario games and so many different. I don't know what would be an interesting story to put them in that would really grab me or the children. I don't know. I think it's kind of a silly.
Yeah. Your kids are older. Your kids are all double digits too, Brett. So it might not be. I mean, I loved the new Sonic.
The little one's not. Well, I guess she is.
She just turned 10.
Just turned 10.
All right. Well, Kate knows you better than I do, and she just met you last year. Well, look, I think it's all on how it's put together. Depends on how it's written. But now, because it's one of those things. I know how Brett is. If we see the movie and it's like, dude, it's really clever. It's super funny, and the way that they put it, this could be like the new Shrek. You should check it out. It's just a matter. Does it pull you in right away? For him, probably not. Now, I would say that it's one of those things. There are certain movies that are going to come out that my oldest is going to say, I need to see this. Let's go see it. I have to see it. Or she's like, oh, that's cool. She wants to see everything. But there's certain things that she wants to see, like she'll be bummed if she doesn't see it right away. Like with Mulan, she's excited to see it, but I told her, we're going to wait until it comes out on Disney Plus at the end of the year, and she's like, okay, cool. There's other things she's like, oh my God, I want to see it. I want to see it so bad. I have to see it so bad. So I don't know. This might be one of those things where I think she can probably wait, but let's see how the trailer is.
I wish she would have been like, wait, why do I have to wait for Mulan if Mom can watch that Katie Holmes movie for $20?
Seriously, she could make a case. She could make a case. You weren't on yesterday, and I talked about that too. It's just like there's certain times when you watch a movie that you've paid for that you go, okay, that was worth it, and then you look at your statement and you go, that's what we paid that for Katie Holmes doing God knows what with Josh Lucas. Where did he?
Mitchell donated $20. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Brett.
Hey.
I did not hit her. Not.
I will say that it's more of a draw, I think, and will be for people than like Sonic, which to me was like, what? Why Sonic?
But that's my example though, because like Sonic was surprising. They listen to people's notes about just the character, but I don't know how much they reshot. But it was a surprisingly like lighthearted film, and I enjoyed it.
Carrey was back.
I don't need to watch that one. I'm gonna watch that one with the
kids will like it for sure, Kristian. And I think you will too. It's nice.
I've heard that.
It's enjoyable.
I've heard that. I definitely want to.
It was actually the last movie I saw in theaters before this all went down.
Yeah, that's most people. That at Bloodshot. What I've been. Every night, though, this is why I'm glad that I had it. Now I'm bummed that I blasted through Cobra Kai again, because it is the same thing every night with my wife. I'm not even kidding. Every night it's the same shit. The kids go to sleep and we just we can't come to an agreement on anything. Like all the shit I want to watch, she wants to watch none of it. And then all the shit she wants to watch, I couldn't be caught dead watching some of this shit. And there was so much, like she's watching this show though that's on Hulu that I think is got a lot of buzz that I didn't really start watching with her. Now she's like 4 episodes in. It's like a British show. Do you guys know what the fuck is this shit? It's like every show on Hulu at this point. But what the hell is it? I'm sure people will. It's really popular. It's been nominated for a bunch of shit. I'm sure someone in the chat will.
Is it with Nicholas Hoult?
No. Nicholas Holt's not in it. Someone will say it, or maybe she's. I don't know. Maybe the girl's Irish.
British show.
Yeah, Google that.
I donated $20. Can I get Arnold as Mario, Anaconda Brett as Luigi, and Chicago Kate as Bowser on how you all will make this Mario movie work?
Oh my God! I think it is called Real People. It might be Real People. Real People. I think it's Real People. I think that's
not Killing Eve.
No, Killing Eve. No, that's no.
I mean, I just said popular show set.
Yeah, no. But that's that one.
Oh, it's Fish and Chips, Governor.
It's normal. Yeah, it's exactly normal people. Normal people. That's what it is.
Normal people. I saw that. That was great.
Yeah, that's the one that it is. And it's just like about the girl who's kind of awkward and she the rugby player or whatever.
Not as good as Fish and Chips, Governor. But
everybody in the United Kingdom just unsubscribed.
Christian just barreled through. The rest of us were dead.
This chair sucks.
God.
Fish and Chips, Governor.
Look, Ben's gone. RB3's head is back. I'm beside myself, and Christian's just like, no. It was like,
no, it wasn't that. She's got chair problems, right? No, Normal People was a very good program. I finished the whole thing with my wife.
Another good one, Low Fires Everywhere. Low Fires Everywhere.
I heard that, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
And Reese Witherspoon. That's a great one.
My anus torpid bleeding donated $20. You seem thinking of ending things? That movie is wild. The first star had me a step away from panic attack the entire time. My overall take is it was a bit heavy-handed and confusing. I'm fairly certain Charles didn't even know what it's about. Great acting.
Yeah, that's that's one that we started. We started that one and bailed on.
I knew.
We bailed on
that was impossible. I mean, I don't think Goddard saw it, but
I like Kaufman.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm lacking, man. I'm
Look,
lacking.
you know, I'm a big Kaufman.
John gets donated $20. I could understand if you declined a call from a one-time weak eyebrow champ like Bateman, or if you declined a call from the president, or The Rock, or the Dalai Lama, or Jesus Christ himself, or even Pizza USA. But Dan, just no.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, but Barbie 3, we started watching it, and it's like, I like Kaufman a lot. I mean, it's just a lot of his stuff with adaptation, and obviously Eternal Sunshine's my top 5 movies of all time. And the performance, I echo everything that person said. Is like I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to watch this movie, and my wife's going to bail about 40 minutes in or 30 minutes in, and then I'm going to be stuck watching this by myself. I started to go, what the fuck is going on? Someone's got a haircut that's normal. Now it's not normal. They're old. Now they're young. Like they don't even acknowledge. At one point, what's his name? David Thewlis. He's standing on the stairs. He looks normal, and then he walks past the frame and he's disheveled. I'm like, I'm sure there's some kind of twist. I'm sure there's some kind of thing, and I want to finish it out because I was interested to find out exactly what the answers are. But I also
Marshall Weeks donated $20. Live-action Super Mario movie is the best video game adaptation. It was more entertaining than The Wire. It's the Mission Impossible 2 of the video game movie franchise. Hey, Brett.
Yeah. So, but RB3, like so I'm watching it, and then I read an article real quick at the end where he said, "I leave it up to interpretation." I said, "I'm out." I want to know why everything's weird. I don't want to figure out why everything's weird. And it's they're like, oh, it might be actual poems. It might be your poem coming alive or whatever. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm okay.
Well, I mean, if you want to get some understanding, we did in deep spoiler analysis on First Cut. If you want some understanding on it, he also put out an article on IndieWire where he did explain a lot of what was going on. So I mean, if you do want to check that out too, but I mean. To me, it's one of my top 2 or 3 of the year so far. Wow. So I definitely love and appreciate it. But I could definitely understand when people I can't, for most people getting out the first 30, literally the first 30 minutes just a car ride. So for people getting out of that, is that's an achievement.
That was I was okay with that. I actually really enjoyed that. My wife was not. When I was watching, she's like, "How long are they going to be in the car?" and I'm like, "Well, listen to what they're saying." She's like, "I've heard what they're saying. She's just reading her homework assignments." It's like, "When are they going to get to where they're going?" And then they pull up, and I'm like, "Look, they made it." And she's like, "All right." And then you get the haircuts and everything kind of going on, and then there's dog scratches on the doors, but is the dog dead? No, there it is. I don't know. I have to go back and check it out, but it was a little too from where I was as mentally exhausted I was when I started watching it. I said, "No, I'm okay right now."
Yeah, I'm thinking of ending this movie. Thinking of ending.
Why not?
I mean, listen, I can't get over fish and chips, governor. So any joke after that. Sorry, no one else should try today.
It's all downhill from there.
Oh God Almighty.
Anyway, let's move on past Super Mario, apparently, which we haven't really talked about too much. But and does anybody have any other thoughts about Super Mario? They think that it's a bad move, or everybody on the same page?
Well, our last super chat said it was better than The Wire and something else. They were taking a dig at you, Kate. If you know.
I'll say that I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I'll wait for a trailer. That's all what I always do. And Sonic was that first Sonic trailer didn't do much for me, but I thoroughly enjoyed Sonic. So after that, I'm all out the window. I'm excited.
I really like Sonic. I never had a game system as a kid, which is why I think I have a little bit of a problem as an adult now that I do have a Nintendo Switch. But I don't know. I also think it just makes so much sense. Like it's a CG movie. They haven't obviously announced any of the cast yet, but it makes a lot of sense to make CG movies right now. It's something you can actually make and get done. So to me, I'm sort of like, yeah, it just makes a lot of sense. And if it's even half as good as Sonic, I'll probably like it because I really liked Sonic. I mean, Jim Carrey was back.
Yeah.
I don't know about this at all. So.
All right, Kate. Kate, what else were you saying about the shit? There's something I wanted to ask you about.
You were saying something about Ellis's show. I feel like.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let's
that's one of those really warm, burny ones.
I was saying something about Ellis's show. There was a girl that he had on that show. Excuse me, a woman that he had on that show. In the beginning of the one of the first ones, it wasn't Justine Marino, who I know. There was
Jessica. Wait, it's her name.
What
on the
was
background.
her name? She was. Well, yeah, let me see.
Funniest.
Jessica Singleton.
Holy I had never look. I've been out of the comedy game for a little bit, but. She and I don't know if it was because she adapted to the digital style and the way that she cut her video. She was fucking great. She was great. I thought she stole the night. I thought she was great. She was so good. She was like, I was watching her going, well, who's this? And then the way that her presentation, the character that she was kind of putting on, plus was like an elevated version of herself, and the timing, the writing. I was really impressed with her.
She killed it.
I now follow
she
her.
posts like that video on Twitter and it goes viral or something like that because that was so fucking funny.
Good. Yeah, Ellis should cut that out and put it and post it up on his maybe his Patreon or put it somewhere. Like that was if he's allowed if she lets him. But really really good. All right, let's move on. All right,
follow her now. She's as funny every day.
Yeah, I want to have her.
My job. I understand. I get it.
I do want to have her on the show. I think that would be nice. That we
should
have her on. Should be good to have on the show.
So
All right, let's.
Noah Hawley, who is going to be the director of the next Star Trek installment, talked about the timeline because we've had a lot of monetary issues of bringing Chris Pine back. They wanted to bring Chris Hemsworth back to do some time travel issues. Everybody want to get paid, and Star Trek doesn't make that kind of money to get everyone paid. So Hawley opened up, season 4 of Fargo came out and he was talking at a junket saying, quote, we're not doing Kirk. We're not doing Picard. It's a start from scratch. And then that allows us to do what we did with Fargo, where for the first 3 hours you go, oh, it really has nothing to do with the movie. And then you find the money. So you reward the audience with a thing they love, end quote. So it says it's going to be connected to the Kelvin timeline, but not having anything to do with any of the characters we know. Does that interest you guys? Like, especially with Noah Hawley helming this, or are you a little reticent with the helming of this, someone at the Star Trek helm of the Enterprise?
Look, first of all, I appreciate that you pitched that very professionally to a bunch of people who have no idea what you're talking about right now. Because look, I put that in there because Star Trek it's still very popular in the pop culture with a lot of people. It is like someone speaking German to me. When it comes to a lot of this stuff, I've just never really taken to it. I did like the 3 movies that came out. I liked all 3 of them, the most recent ones anyway, and I like Khan. But as far as these shows go, I never watched any of Picard, never watched any of the Star Trek shows, so I can't speak enough about it. So I think at this point, Goddard, I think that you might be the closest thing to a resident fan, even though you may have watched like 1 episode. So what do you say about it? Unless I'm wrong, RB3, do you care?
I like Star Trek. I watched the first season of the original series. I watched all of the movies. I mean, I'm not like, don't ask me about names or anything. Like, I wouldn't dare even touch any kind of trivia about it. But like, a casual observer. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Noah Hawley gets me excited. I mean, me and Ben Goddard have talked about our fandom for Fargo extensively on this, and season 4 is actually getting like rave reviews right now. Chris Rock is in it, and he's getting like early Emmy consideration, all that kind of stuff. So it's really I'm excited to see his interpretation of Star Trek. I even love I talk about Legion all the time too. It's very weird and very trippy, but at the end, it does end up connecting to some of the familiar X-Men stuff that we come to know. And I think that's what I kind of am excited to see that kind of storyline in Star Trek. Like, it could be totally new characters, like who we've never interacted with in the previous 3, and then maybe like halfway through, like Simon Pegg pops up, and then it's like, oh, here's how we're connected, and then maybe it goes do some sort of connection like that. But I would love to see that. I think that's exciting, and I look forward to any Star Trek content at this point. I just wish they would have kept down the road of the Tarantino Star Trek movie, because I would have liked to see that too. But
yeah, I think that they probably I would have liked to seen it for the curiosity factor, and I also wanted to see if Tarantino's able to do a movie, because we've never seen him do a movie that really. And I'm not talking about like stuff that he's partnered on with like Robert Rodriguez, but like something that's not really his own. We've never really seen that. Like you look at when we talked to Kevin Smith a little while ago, and he had done a few movies that I think Cop Out was like the one that he didn't write, and he just directed that one, I believe. And he's done like The Flash, and he's done things like that. I haven't seen Tarantino do something like that. They just take in other material. So that would have been, and obviously he would have written his own version of it, but there's only so far you can stray, and I think that's what a lot of
Governor donated $20.
Jackie
Brown.
Brown
I spilled my huge bag of crisps in the tube the Lifton at Piccadilly. I'm plumb knackered after all this cheeky rubbish. Could you put a spot on the kettle? I need the cup of imparched.
True.
Nice.
But Bibiani makes the point. Jackie Brown was based off a book, but it still was. He wrote the script itself the way that he turned it around, and I know he would probably do the same thing for Star Trek. I just think that there was less of an IP issue with Jackie Brown as there would be with Star Trek. That's kind of what I meant. Where you take this big IP and you're going to have if he moved around stuff with Jackie Brown, who's really going to have a big issue with that? And it's also why it's one of the lower. I think one of the lower. Box office for him, and people love that movie now. I remember seeing it in the theater, and I only seen it once. And I remember people have told me that Jackie Brown gets better and better every time you watch it. Do you guys feel that way?
Oh man, over time it becomes one of your. Well, it's one of my personal favorite Tarantino movies. Like, I think it really. I think that is the most like interesting characters. I feel like all of his films, but going to what I like the idea of Star Trek just experimenting. You know what I mean? Like, they have that animated show on CBS All Access, which is now Paramount Plus. And then they have, Picard and Discovery. Like, they're just trying a whole bunch of different stuff. And if they're shooting for people like Tarantino and Noah Hawley, I hope they just prioritize the creative over the, kind of story or, Calvin holding true to this or that or whatever. Just make it fun and just make it special. So.
All right, let's move on to the next one here.
I have a real quick question for Bibiani. Where were you when we were Googling British show on Hulu, Bibiani?
He was making a British show.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Streamlabs.com. Oh no, we have some more movie stories, but remember Streamlabs.com/The Schmodown. Please go on over there and put in a Schmobot. And before we do that, we can turn the Schmobot off for just a second. I know that everybody was excited to see all the teams back on the gridiron over the weekend. Luckily, that was just week 1. No better place to get in on all the action than with DraftKings. It's the leader in one-day fantasy sports. And to add to this week's excitement, DraftKings has millions of dollars in total prizes up for grabs. And if you haven't tried DraftKings before, head on over to the App Store now because you don't want to miss this. Draft your lineup now and feel the sweat like never before. Every run, pass, and catch means more with DraftKings. It's simple. You just pick your lineup, you stay under the salary cap, and you see how your team stacks up against the competition. Nothing adds to the excitement of watching the game quite like having a shot of $1 million in prizes. DraftKings has paid out billions of dollars to winners since 2012, so they know a thing or two about cold, hard cash. This is what you do. You got to download the DraftKings app now and use code SEN Live. And for a limited time, new users can get a free shot at millions of dollars in prizes this week. Don't miss out on the week 2 action. Once again, enter the code SEN Live to get free shot at millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. That is code SEN Live, only at DraftKings. Make it rain, and remember, minimum of $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Please go and check that out. We're so happy to have them on as a sponsor again, and you guys are watching the YouTubes, you should YouTubes to watch some football news. Well, don't just watch it on the football news. Watch the whole freaking game. Bet on the damn game and go to DraftKings to do it. All right, what's the next story?
So apparently we just had something drop on Twitter. Disney Plus just announced their 2020 slate, and instead of Falcon Winter Soldier being the first MCU series to drop, it looks like it's going to be WandaVision. WandaVision? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it is.
WandaVision. So WandaVision is going to come out in 2020. Kristian, I know you said you weren't excited, but with everything that's going on, are you happy to see something from the MCU, or are you still kind of blasé about it?
A little column A, column B. I think that I'm excited to see new content that we could watch on the channel besides just start this Mandalorian, which I'm very excited about, obviously. But I think we need some more shows. I'm glad the selling point was to have some of these Marvel shows, and they want to launch with.
Barnett donated $20. For me, Trek is my sci-fi lifelong love. I think staying away from Kirk is a good idea and could breathe life into the movies. Discovery is fantastic on All Access despite what old fans say. The gatekeeping from fans is atrocious. New does not mean bad.
Yeah, I mean, again, I always kind of leave it to you guys to tell me if a Star Trek show is good or bad, and I take your word for it, because I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I've never really been so so locked into that material. Anyway, we were going into
WandaVision coming in December. So it seems like it's going to follow up right after Mando.
Look, this is the thing that I always say. I don't like what I've seen so far. I feel like Natural Born Killers is a movie I really enjoy, right? But one of the scenes in the beginning of the movie has Rodney Dangerfield doing this crazy, like really fucked up life that Juliette Lewis has, and they put like this sitcom feel to it, and it's got the audience track laugh and all this, and it's a very different tone, obviously, from what they were trying to do in that movie and what they're doing in this. But I got those vibes, and I don't know how they're going to explain it overall, and I think it ties into Doctor Strange. So if it ties in well and it's done okay, and it's not just gimmicky, it just felt so gimmicky to me that I didn't really care. Plus the fact I thought that storyline between Vision and Scarlet Witch it was good. It wasn't like I never in a million years that I watching. I'd like to see a series about these two and find out like what's really going on with them. Yeah. I don't give a shit. But if it's good, it's good. And I could very well, Ben, come back and say, look, I watched it and that show was awesome. The way that they directed it, I was shocked. And I'll watch it. I just don't really give a shit about it.
Well, I'm excited. Yeah. I love what we've seen so far. And granted, we haven't seen that much, but Elizabeth Olsen's one of my favorite working actors today. I feel like she's very, very underrated. Her in Wind River is one of my favorite movies of the past 5-6 years, and she's so good in that. So I was looking forward to this. I understand why it does seem very out there, but I'm excited to see how it connects to the MCU. I'm excited for more MCU stuff. I'm a shill. It's official. You guys know this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you better be careful. You just went viral. I've been down that road before.
Yeah. Check, baby. Send that check.
Nah, well, I'm excited for WandaVision too. They just started filming Falcon and Winter Soldier again. I saw Anthony Mackie post that picture of them just starting back filming. So they probably already have Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm sorry, not Falcon. They probably have WandaVision probably in the can and probably ready to go. So they're just like, let's put it out here first. What excites me about it is that it could be subversive. It could be different. It'll be kind of interesting if it doesn't connect to the MCU for me personally. That's kind of, I like that Natural Born Killers thing that Kristian was talking about. Mr. Robot played with that a little bit too in one of his seasons. And I just in a couple of his seasons actually. And I just I want to see how heady and weird can this Disney Marvel show really go. Will it be like Legion, which has that kind of zany, kind of funny but quirky but also weird and horrific kind of tone? Or is it going to be more commercially friendly, or where is it going to be? But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. And listen, I I'm just glad that they're putting out anything during this time period. I feel like if anything, WandaVision is probably the perfect quarantine show. Because I feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier is all about like flying and whatnot. Now Falcon and Winter, WandaVision looks like they're trapped in like this house, like kind of domestic thing. So it could kind of fit even better. I don't know.
Maybe. It all depends on it's broken record stuff. It just depends on how it's executed. Before we move on to the next topic, also a reminder to you guys that we have the tournament. It is in full swing, and someone who is making a pitch for Player of the Year right now, the Cobra, Chance Ellison. He finds himself in his second round match against Team Swag, Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. That's going down today. That is at 2 p.m. BST. Make sure that you check that out. Tomorrow, you got Perry Nemiroff and Mark Riley, former co-workers, going head-to-head in round number 2. And then for all you guys if you're on Patreon, yesterday you received the Merle versus Bateman match, and today you will also get you'll get that. All patrons will get that today, and then Friday will air to the public. So just let everybody know that's what's coming up in the world of the Schmodown. Once again, just a reminder, like I said, I know that not everybody can send donations in. I know not everybody can do Patreon, but everybody can click on a link and subscribe and leave a comment. And it is really important that you do that for Apple Podcasts on both. I'm going to post a link in the chat for Dan Merle's show right now. And here it is. We are excited to have Dan Merle on the network. And we really want to keep the show going. And like I said, Winston's show is going to debut at the end of the month, and Winston's show is very similar to this show. There will be, for the first hour there won't be, but for the second hour there will be Schmobots and Super Chats and Streamlabs, and that's how you help support that show. Dan's show and one-on-one, you support that show by subscribing and leaving comments and making sure, even if you're watching it on YouTube, even if you guys watch the Sholo interview, please go to the Apple Podcast and subscribe over there. It's very, very important to keep the show alive and running. It's a risk of what we're doing for both those two podcasts, but we believe that you guys are going to be interested enough to want to hear it. All right, what's next?
I do want to just, Brett and Kate, how do you guys feel about WandaVision? Like, I always like to get your guys' take on it.
I gotta tell you, I know less about the MCU than I do about any well, no, I guess DC I know even less about. So for me, if it's accessible the way The Mandalorian was accessible, if I'm able to go in and not know very much and I can sort of get a story fresh and like maybe I'll know some things that tie in or whatever, I like that. I'm into it, and I feel like if it's done as well as The Mandalorian is done, I mean, good TV is good TV. So if they're telling a good story and they tell it well, I'm in.
Well, that's a great point, though. That's what I'm curious about. I'm wondering if people who just tune in for like the
Real
first
Pizza donated $20. Here at Real Pizza USA, we love Action Park. Eugene Melville is real Soviet hero helping try to win Cold War cause. By the way, you didn't pick Merle's call $1? How dare you? Has the best of all of time boat. I mean, would you do that to Julia Roberts?
No, absolutely not. I would have left my house. So, look.
Yeah, I agree with Kate. I think that if it's a good story, I mean, I like it because I love anything within these that I don't really know anything about the characters. I've always said that I like Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, things that I don't have any sort of backstory or anything. I mean, I know from the films, but like these aren't iconic ones that I've known about since I was younger. So yeah, I'm definitely down for it, and I like anything that's a little quirky. The previews to me seem like, this might be fun. Might not be something that's so hard to take in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, let's see how it pans out. Very curious for that. And before we move on, also to let everybody know that on Dan's show today, on which air at 3 p.m. on YouTube, he will be debuting a new shirt. There'll be a brand new shirt that is going to be debuting. So please go on over there at the end of the show. He's going to debut the brand new shirt.
Is it just a picture of Lewis Black?
Lucas Black.
Lucas Black, sorry.
Yeah, Lewis Black is a totally different. It's him dressed up as his character from Inside Out, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. In like the bubble, it says, "That's a 2-pointer!" with an exclamation point.
and on the back it says Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist and says, that's a 5-pointer!
And that's it. Oh, speaking of which, I got to play the end of Backstage here because did you guys, you knew that it was John Roca's last show, obviously RB3 and Ben were on to hear it, but the way that it ended was something very interesting. Did you hear what happened on how it ended, Kate?
No.
All right, I gotta play this in a second. Well, let's get into the last story or whatever one of the last stories, and then I'll bring this clip up.
So Rocky 4.
Yes.
Ben.
Speaking of Marvel stuff, we got filmmaker Kat Cairo. I apologize for that pronunciation if I got it wrong, which I definitely did. Is going to be helming the She-Hulk series for Disney Plus. She's directed episodes of Marry Me, Dead to Me, and Shameless, and she's going to be helming She-Hulk. They still haven't cast it, even though they're looking for an Alison Brie type. Not Alison Brie though. Don't you even think about it, Alison Brie. Yeah. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Yeah. But Corey will also serve as his executive producer on the series, which hasn't set its lead actress yet. Are you guys excited about a She-Hulk, or especially a series?
I feel like it's the same. I'm more so excited about a She-Hulk than I am a WandaVision. Yeah. Because I think it can tie in more about the science behind it and how it transfer over and following Banner's kind of science and seeing what happened and how she has to deal with it. So I am way more interested in that, but it goes back to the same thing. It's all on how it's executed and how it ties in. I am more so than RB3 is. That's one of the things I like. I don't need the DC stuff to tie in. I think that they have found their formula that they don't need it to tie in. Some does, some doesn't, and the ones that kind of stand alone have been, in my opinion, some of the movies have been even more superior than the Marvel ones. But that's when they're doing these standalones. When they try to tie it in, that's not what they do. Marvel does do that. That's what they've done. So I want to see them tie in together. That's my opinion on if She-Hulk does, then it could be good. You guys?
I want to make sure I'm into She-Hulk as long as they're focusing on her brains and not her muscles.
Right? That image they showed, I was thinking the same thing, Kate, and I don't know if you're making a joke, but I was like, why does She-Hulk have to be so sexy? Like, can't she be a little more monstrous and whatever? But, it's like, it was I don't know if that's just the image from the comic books, but it was just like, boobs, and super, but I do like her story, the fact that she, I just learned this from the article, is that she can retain her intelligence while she's in the Hulk, is when she turns, because it's from a blood transfusion from Bruce Banner, I guess. So she doesn't have to like me Hulk, me break kind of thing when she's doing it. So I'm interested. It sounds cool to me. I just don't know why she has to be so sexy.
Brett's deep into the quar right now. He's going through some things. It's okay. We've all been there, Brett. RB3, you're in a safe space.
RB3, do you care?
No, I don't care at all about this one. No.
All right, fair enough. Short and sweet. That's what I love about this kid.
We could have just clipped out today just that of RB3, not even have him on. Nah, I don't care about
all right,
this.
let me play
that was the first thing I heard from RB3. It was the first meeting of podcast with him and Ace was your Infinity War review. And Ace starts off and is like, oh my God, we just got out of the theater. Oh, I was not ready for this 2.5 hours of action pack. And then I hear RB3. It's all right. I
was like, what the fuck? Here's the end. Here's the end of that episode. I found it. Sorry, guys. So here's the episode yesterday. John Roca's final episode on Backstage. Here's the clip.
So nervous.
I'm sure. I know. They've had to listen every week. Well, John, you have inspired me. Definitely learned something. To keep up as the game evolves. Continues to inspire me to be a better player and to try to beat everybody in my path. And that's a lot of what I'm thinking about now. So I hope that I inspire you to continue to keep up as the game evolves, to stay on the right track with all the young and, dominant players that you're going to go up against as you go forward in the Schmodown. I wish you the best of luck in the tournament. I really hope that you get the support necessary from your manager, because he definitely seems like he has your back. I mean, as long as you guys win. And look, John, I look forward to the next time that you and I play, because I'm going to win. I'm going to beat you and everybody else in my path, and I don't really care how you feel about it. So it's been fun being on the show with you, John, but I think it's time for you to go.
Okay.
So thanks for being here. And guys, we lost John. He's gone.
So he kicked him off the show. Kicked him off the show in his last show.
Beautiful send off.
Yeah, really nice send off to Ben Bateman's lost his mind, and he did that to John Roque, on a legend, on his last show. John had this really nice overall warm thoughts to talk to everybody about, and then Ben said that and kicked him off the show. So there you go. Ben Bateman is going all in on
that laugh. That evil laugh.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so do we have anything?
What do you feel about that, RB3?
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was cool.
I don't care about it. No, come on.
He liked that. He liked that one. That was it. Sure. He liked that. He likes that. Do we have that one? That was good. We were there for that one. Do we have any? Do we have anything else that is worth talking about? Or should we get to the Streamlabs?
We've got South Park gets an hour-long quarantine special. Taika Waititi is helming. It literally says helm in the title. A new pilot for HBO, and Joel Kinnaman praises Suicide Squad comedy. Which one do you guys want to talk about? We'll do one of those.
Let's RB3. You pick.
I like the comedy one that Joel Kinnaman was talking about. I mean, okay. I thought that's good to hear that there's going to be more comedic. I didn't think the Suicide Squad before was funny at all, and they tried to make it funny. I don't know. I didn't get any laughs out of it, so I believe that the James Gunn humor will probably make it funny. So.
Well, I think that's probably why you bring that guy in, right? To spice it up a little bit more, and he can go a little darker, because I think the Guardians is actually a little lighter. So what was his actual comments, Ben?
Quote, when I got the script sent to me, it's so funny. Every page made me laugh. I was sitting at home reading, laughing out loud. We had a great time shooting the first one, but this was really special. I've never done a comedy before, and this felt like my first comedy. Cool. I think in the first Suicide Squad, I'm not disappointed with my work there, but I never played around with it. I felt like I had these parameters that confined me in a way. End quote. There's a little bit more, but
you get the gist.
Yeah.
What is happening with Brett?
Well, it was after yesterday. There was the story about Villeneuve and who doing a movie. Gyllenhaal, and it was he was like, we should do a movie, totally. This one was the same. I'm so excited about the humor in this one. It's gonna be so girl. I read the script and I was like,
oh my god, the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Oh my god.
I'm with Brett that I realized Joel's very excited, but just he's overselling it. I got the script and I immediately started laughing. Just it being in my hand was hilarious.
I mean, guys, it literally says the Suicide Squad. Hilarious.
And at 8 in the morning, when you read this with blurry eyes and you're putting your glasses on and you see Kingsman laughs about suicide, and you're like, what? What is...
It reminds me. It's like. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute.
Page 3, it says that they LOL right there.
Just the first sentence. Oh my gosh, so great, so brave.
Fade out. What are you insinuating? But I'm actually pretty glad. Busting balls. I'm pretty glad that it's going to have a different tone to it. I think it's going to be. I'm excited for the Suicide Squad. I think it's going to be pretty funny, obviously, but it'll be good. I'm pumped to hear it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not trying to hit on Joel, but he's seems very happy to still be there. He's like, it's so funny, guys. It's funny. Oh.
But let's move on over to.
That got to be a new impression, Joe Kittle.
Yeah. Oh, it always sounds like Prince John from Robin Hood. Oh, yeah.
Oh. We're starting off again with Chris Evans' dick.
Yes.
Wow. I'm kind of a big deal.
Call him Captain Penis from now on.
Captain Penis, got it. Clippers in 7. Hey, y'all. Am I the only one that thought Nelly was in the WWE? Am I just racist for thinking that JTG has was Nelly back then. I was just a kid when I watched JTG act like he was Nelly in the WWE. Vince did a lot of stereotyping back then. They don't look alike, though.
Wait, what?
I think he means both Nelly and him, that they don't look alike. I don't know. I don't know enough about either one of the characters too, so I don't know if they were. I don't think that makes you racist for thinking it. It's just how old you were when you saw it. It's
like, you're like blind or something. I mean, like, how do you think two totally different people?
Thought it was Nelly.
Winston. Oh wait, no, there's three on the show today.
All right, let's.
Torax donated $20. Hi Kate, this is your Force Ghost. I know SNL made many skits on it, but I saw Outlaw Nation last night. Laura Kelly is from Chicago and sounds nothing like that. But I heard that lady talking to her man that one day, so I will still give you props. Hi Ben.
Yeah. It's always Frank Janish that gives you the most shit about it.
Well, and he says it in the accent.
It is funny because my wife stopped because I listened to the rundown on Saturday mornings, and I don't know how long ago it was, but she walks in, she just kind of woken up and she hears Frank. She goes, "Where's that guy from? Chicago?" Anyway,
I love it.
All right, everybody. So a reminder again, the reason why the crew is able to be back here is because of you guys, and it is streamlabs.com/theschmodown that makes that possible. So keep those schmobots coming. Do what you can here as we have about an hour left, so whatever you want. Now, I'm going to play this for a reason, not for the normal reasons I normally do, but this. All right, now that when that happens to you, you usually get a dirty ass. Now, what happens, Brett, if you have one of those long, wet ones? What happens?
If you have a long, wet one like that, this ad is definitely for you. It's really hard to believe that people go to the bathroom in this country, especially after having long, wet ones like that, and wipe instead of wash. For years, bidets have been available. Oh, God, sorry. I'm getting one right now. Hideously expensive, though. They cost thousands of dollars. The Hello Tushy Modern Bidet, attachment is here to democratize the blessings bestowed by bidets to offer clean buttholes to everyone. And I definitely need one right now. Ooh, Hello Tushy cleans your butt with a precise stream of fresh water for $79. Oh, man, I've got to finish this and get out of here. It attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and it cuts toilet paper by 80%. So the Hello Tushy Bidet pays for itself in just a few months. Because with Hello Tushy, you don't wipe at all. Even the best 2-ply just can't cut it when it comes to a hands-free poop experience. Ditch paper products and an uncomfortable chafing when you switch to a soothing, cleansing stream of water from the Hello Tushy Bidet attachment. And every Hello Tushy Bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month warranty. Come on, people, join the millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now and have a clean butt with every flush. Oh, you missed it. Go to hellotushy.com/SCN Live to get 10% off. The special offer is just for our listeners. Go to hellotushy.com/SCN Live for 10% off. hellotushy.com/SCN Live. I'm going to go use it right now.
Very nice, Brett.
You are such a good sport. Oh my God.
It is great though. I gotta tell you, like that. I mean, you have a long day like that and stinking up the joint. You just wash your ass. It's the best part. Just wash your ass. It's in there too. You check it out because you want to feel a little classy during this time. So
don't dip and wipe.
No, stupid stinks too.
Is it in the bathroom that one day we will be back to using? Is yours in that bathroom?
No, I hope not. Because my goal is by the time that we get back until we do that, we have our own studio that you fuckers can just you shit in the new studio.
I've been practicing taking my shoes off just in case, Kristian.
Yeah, we're not coming back. I don't want you guys to do it anymore. I got to hear about it every time someone takes a piss or shit. I got to hear about it from the next 3 days.
Kate can't help it. Her pee smells like diarrhea.
It's the funniest. That was the first time I was like, Brett is the funniest person on the planet. He came out of the bathroom and he goes, just so you know, my pee smells like diarrhea. And he started doing it every time I would come out of the bathroom. He's like, I know.
Wipe your ass, everybody. That's the whole deal. Just wipe your.
Kate, you retweeted that no context SEN. God, that made me miss the studio so much. Like,
which one?
It was like the who's it that
you
made
played
it?
them yesterday. The
Chris.
no context clips from SEN.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just made me miss the studio really, really bad.
Yeah, I mean, look. The goal is that once we have our own in the new studio, that we're gonna.
David Michael donated $20.
Thank you, David.
Star Wars question for Kristian. The other day you said you hated the raid nobody aspect of the sequels, and I was curious as to why. Not poking the bear, just genuinely curious. The Skywalkers seem to be the real dynasty. Love to hear your thoughts.
Hated the raid nobody aspect of the sequels. I just because it wasn't, because that's not what the setup was, and it was clear as day that it wasn't the setup, and that it was just it was more. It wasn't about the choice that Johnson himself made. It was the choice that was made through higher ups to say, okay, well, that's not what was being set up. It's not. I mean, we clearly heard that from Daisy Ridley. It was set up that she was going to be either an ancestor of Kenobi or anything too, and the things that were coming before in that first movie were not set up that way. Now, if that was set up particularly, and that was the idea from day one, that was and it was ended in episode 9, and it all played together, yes, but it was just something to do for one movie. That's why I have problems with all 3 of the movies. They all are just made for that one movie with an idea of, look, if there should have been a treatment, there should have been a full treatment for, and I think there was initially with George Lucas. There should have been a full treatment to say. So I had somebody recently say to me that you're never hard on the Star Wars franchise. I'm like, have you listened to this show at all in the last 2 months? Like that's all I've been talking about, is that the fact that they dropped the ball so much. I mean, they dropped the ball tremendously on what they did with Boyega. It was an embarrassment. From the way that it was set up, from the way that it was handled in the second one, and then the way that it was pretty much you just kind of given in the third movie, where the guy just really give him the Force, he'll be happy, he's got the Force, and it's like, he's not happy, he's fucking miserable now. And you look at the other stuff that was going on with with the character of the nobody. It just, okay, cool. It was cool for that. For people who really like it, they like it because it was different. They like it because she didn't need to be anybody, and because the Force, she didn't need to be a Skywalker in order to be powerful with the Force. I get it. But that's only for one movie. That was just a one-off, and it doesn't help the entire thing, because you have exactly what you have now, and that's some people who love the idea that she could have been connected to somebody. And someone also tried to tell me, well, don't try to pretend you didn't want Palpatine in the movie. You did. I did, and I still would have liked to have him in if it was done the right way when they set it up in episode 3. Plagueis learned how to cheat death, and he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Great. So tell us about that. Show us a fucking flashback of Palpatine killing his master and learning how to do that, and understanding of how he was able to cheat death, and that's how he's back. No, clone Sith magic people thing. Snoke was a clone too. Go. What? It was a mess. The whole fucking thing was a mess. Anyway, going on. I'm fine. How are you? What's next?
Pork
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who was hoping Gucci was going to call on a backstage yesterday, right? I mean, the family-friendly part would have probably flown out the window, but damn, it would have been entertaining.
Yeah.
Say that again? What was that?
Gucci.
He wanted Gucci to call into backstage yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think Ben wants anything to do with them. Ben will take his phone calls.
It's true.
Oh. So that's, I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah. Anyway.
156
Jack
Impulse
donated $20. Hey guys, love the show. In regards to the Tom and Hater match, slight spoilers. How is Robert Rodriguez an acceptable answer? I love the writers, but they're slacking on the research, it seems.
That's stupid. That's stupid. That just pissed me off. No, they're not slacking on the fucking research. That's stupid. Did something slip by them on that particular thing? And did they have Robert Rodriguez is known for Sin City, and should it have been Frank Miller and something else in the overall thing, that particular thing? Yes, that particular thing. To say that they're slipping on stuff, that's fucking bullshit. They work so hard. The writers work so hard and are you don't even know the work that that Jeremy and PJ and Abby and Jose and everybody puts in. That's fucking such horseshit to say that they slip on, that they've been slipping on shit. They've fucking been killing it. I had Sam Levine, the first time ever in the history of this game, called me up the other day and he's like, I got to tell you, the questions are so well balanced now, the best that they've ever been. And that's because of the effort and the work and the research that PJ and his team's doing. So, I mean, that's fucking horse shit to say that. I'm sorry. Absolute horse shit. All right, what's next?
Yep, and they're also doing like 9 fucking tournaments this
so
year.
Many things. That's fucking such horseshit to say that about them. I mean, I appreciate the you being able to come in here and donation and stuff too, but that's fucked up to say. They're working so hard, and I'd be super protective over them. Like I don't have a big problem with someone saying, look, my opinion is I don't think that was a 2 or 3, and you're having that conversation, and you're in the match, and you're saying that. Okay, fine. It's like at one point, let's move on now and let's go. But he wasn't, even Ben wasn't calling out the question itself. He's calling out the points of it. But that particular thing with Frank Miller being in there to direct it, it should have been something we would have accepted all 3 is what the answer should have been at the.
Well, and also, honestly, the real criticism is that the manager of the person who gave 3 answers should have known to challenge, which I dropped the ball on that. So
yeah, but
I think that's a fair criticism.
That's the least of it. It's like these are the things that are always going to happen inside of it when there's all these different questions, and that's the other thing that I also have to say is that I also understand that not everybody can be part of the subscription service is what we call for the Patreon. I understand that, but for right now, for everything that we're doing with this network and the other things, and the reason I asked you guys for what we're able to do with this network is because we're putting it in, like everything you see, we're putting it into stuff. We're putting it into the staff. We're putting it in to make sure that more people can be on this show, to be able to produce new shows and to be able to use all that stuff. And I was actually able to do, because Chris Skaliski was doing this shit. Basically, he had help from like Jen Camp and a few other people, but he didn't have like a dedicated team. He was basically carrying it on his back for 2 or 3 seasons because we didn't have enough money to afford him a team. We are able to put in like 3 or 4 people that now are able to put in the work and do that stuff, but we need like 10 or 15 people. Why do you think we're trying to give you more and more stuff that you guys feel that the subscription service is worth it? That's the whole goal. Is like I want to make sure that you guys feel like, okay, we're getting one big pay-per-view, we're getting an exhibition match every month, we're getting this, we have all these exclusive things that we get, and then once the tournament goes back to 2 matches a week, you're going to get the Thursday match early on Mondays and Tuesdays, and we do that because we want to build the staff out, we want to build more people out when the live events come back for sponsors and all that type of stuff. So to say that they're not researching and they're slacking on it, rethink that before you type that next time.
And I'm with Kate. Put all your anger towards her. She can handle it. She's somebody that loves to absorb anger. So
yeah. All right, what's next?
What do we got? Sorry. Sirlet Attenborough. Greeting all. Happy hump day. Started Raised by Wolves, and I cannot recommend it enough to you all. If you like sci-fi, then this show is right up your alley. 2 thumbs up from the Attenborough estate.
Hey.
Right.
I've heard this is good.
Yeah.
And this is another HBO Max?
Yeah, that's HBO Max. And
I'm going to have to get HBO Max.
Yeah, I got to watch it too.
Okay. Shh.
Timestamp. Kate commits fraud.
Speaking of timestamp, I just got the VFX back for timestamp now, so it just is done. It's almost there, y'all. It's coming real soon, man. It's exciting.
That transition, smooth transition.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right, what's? You give yourself credit for the transition. Even better.
Yeah, RB3, you did a great read on that. Really well done on that read.
All right, what
care about
156 Impulse. Hey guys, good news. I talked to the doctor. My rash is not COVID. Thank God. Yo, I want to see a Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong live movie. I love them, and you guys are amazing. Love you guys.
No, thank you.
Sorry if I freaked that person out the other day, but I'm glad he got it checked out.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Yeah, there you go. All right, keep them coming, guys. Streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. The Schmobot is on, and the questions are, we're going to be taking your questions for the remainder of the episode. So anything you got, what do you got? Let's hear it.
Shug Knight 323. Hey, haven't been around in a while and just wanted to come show my love to my favorite morning show. Some love to the best people ever. Kate, you are amazing and treasure. You joining the Schmodown has been one of the best things about 2020.
Oh, that's so nice, Shug. Thank you.
Has been good to have him.
Love you.
Said the second best was Magic Johnson, officially confirming he's better than Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Eddie 314. What's up, guys? How about Pandemic P and Kawhi and those Clippers choking that game? RB3. Let's go Lake Show.
Oh yeah. Nah, I thought it was gonna be the showdown of the LA teams. Clippers couldn't do it. They showed the weak sauce like usual. Never been able to make it. Never been able to do it. It's only one team in LA, and that's the Lakers, baby. Let's go.
There you go.
So how do you feel about the Clippers?
It's funny too because I thought I was Kawhi and Paul George versus Anthony Davis and LeBron. That would have got the highest ratings. It would have been LA versus LA. It would have been insane. But
Adam Silver is shaking that like he was trying to call in every fix to that game last night.
Probably. Oh yeah, the refs are they tried to get the refs in, but it's impressive. I mean, the Nuggets coming down from a 3-1 lead, 3-1 coming down from 3-1 is 1-3 in a row and take the series. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing story.
A lot of people have choked 3-1 leads this playoffs.
Yeah, but Lakers all the way. Lakers and Celtics.
I'm excited for Lakers versus Heat. Bella, what movie do you guys think would benefit from a remake? I just watched Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and although Paul Newman and Elizabeth Taylor are amazing, I think his character was supposed to be gay, and they just didn't let that happen due to censorship. I haven't seen Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
See, I would pick something that's not as well known. I'd pick a movie that people...
Mike donated $20.
Thank you,
What's the deal with fans claiming people are cheating? I've been defending people like Mark Andreyko on YouTube and think it's pretty lame to throw out accusations of cheating with zero proof. How do you all deal with garbage like that?
Well, I'll tell you, look, so for that particular situation, I actually had a conversation with the particular fan that had the issue with it. And we actually had a really good conversation about it in general. I will tell you that Mark Andreyko was devastated by that. He's the most honest person you're ever going to meet. He was really broken up about it, and he was very sad that was even going around. I had to have a long conversation with Andreyko, and I let him know I didn't think anything. It means the problem is that when you have to have your hands up during it, so you put your hands down, and when there's a particular rule, we have to keep telling people to do it because they're not used to it from being at the studio and everything too. But with fans, especially people who've been involved with other leagues, they've been doing it for a while, and they're throwing their particular rule set inside of it, and they said this is how the way that it's enforced. You got to enforce it, this and that. And a lot of them are passionate fans. My issue was the particular way that it was addressed, and again, a particular fan that was talking about it agreed that it probably could have been presented in a different way, but also wanted to be very clear that it was coming from a place of passion and how much this particular person loved the sport itself. And I know that this person loved the sport. It was there all the time at events and coming there, and has been an extreme supporter of the Schmodown. And I know where it was coming from was not a bad place. So for that particular situation is how we deal with it. We deal with it in situation by situation where it wasn't coming from a place of someone being rotten. It came from someone being passionate. It just, my particular opinion, it wasn't handled the right way. And we had a long conversation about it, and then that was it. So that's how we dealt with that particular thing. So anyway, what's next?
I do think people need to sleep on some of the comments they write about being passionate. Sleep on it, and then in the morning, if it still sounds good, maybe send it then. Because don't attack someone if you think they're cheating. Be like, hey, isn't the rule supposed to be hands up? Like, this looks a little shady, something like that.
Yeah, I know. That was the thing, and that was the conversation that we had. Is that it's just a matter of they were trying to protect.
Frankly, don't give a shit. Donated $20. Here's a 5-pointer. Movie or show you highly dislike that people love. Mine is Labyrinth. Too much Bowie crotch. Love you guys.
Love that movie.
That's a real hot take.
Actually, going back on the remake question that we forgot about, by the way.
Yeah.
So the question that the movie that probably none of you have even heard of is called The Slugger's Wife. And it was with Rebecca De Mornay and what the hell's his name? The guy from
Bibbs.
Yeah, I know. So the movie is about this guy who's at the time the Atlanta Braves were shit. It was before they had their resurgence in the early 90s. And this guy and at the time, this is before Mark Maron and Mark McGuire. Mark Maron's playing baseball now. Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa broke the record, and before the whole Barry Bonds thing and all that, the Roger Maris record still stood at 61. And this guy on the team, he's trying to break the single record, and the Braves start to have this run because of it, and he has this relationship with De Mornay. And I always liked the movie, but it's kind of like an okay 80s sports movie. I always thought that it could be redone now, if similar, maybe not the home run record per se, but something else like that. I always thought maybe the Joe DiMaggio batting record or hit streak. The hit streak could be broken. There's just something that I think that could have been done with that particular movie. But that's my take on it. Anybody else have any remakes?
I can't think of any right now.
I would love to see a remake of On the Waterfront. Like in today's generation we're talking about.
Going big.
That the new financial, it was about financial crisis back then. It could be about people now. So
maybe like a modern day Grapes of Wrath.
Could have been a contender.
Yeah, my brain just went somewhere else when you said Rebecca De Mornay from my youth. So I just kind of slipped away there for a little bit.
What are you thinking of? Risky Business?
Yeah, Risky Business and God Created Woman was one I
donated $20. This is a tough one. Looking for an impression, but RB3 can pass it. Looking for Michael B. commenting on RBE's impressions of him. You can pass on it if want. Love you all.
We have that.
Yeah. So
what is up with this Jimon guy?
I don't know, but the lead. That's right. The lead of Slugger's Wife was Michael O'Keefe. Michael O'Keefe he played the character Daryl.
Michael O'Keefe is going to start
Yeah.
commenting really soon.
Kate, your camera's frozen. Oh no, you're good.
Oh,
sorry.
No, it's just your face.
It's just my face. Sometimes I turn into a statue. It's a weird thing I do.
Yeah. I see a comment. Ed, I'm not sure what movie you're talking about. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're looking. Sorry. He said something about William Peterson. It's a different movie. Anyway, so we're moving on.
And then the other one just came in. Hot take. What's a movie you guys hate that everyone else loves?
Irishman.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd have to look at it. I think I'm not gonna say hate. I just don't think it's very good as Guardians 2.
I want to be very clear. I actually hate The Irishman.
Yeah.
Well, that's me with Blade Runner 2049. So.
Oh yeah. You don't like that movie?
Oh, crazy.
All right, what's next?
Anthony Colston. Hey Ben, I loved you and Sabrina's Cocktails and casting of Scream with Clark Wolf. When casting the famous actor that surprisingly dies at the very beginning, I think y'all missed the slam dunk golden opportunity, Millie Bobby Brown. That's a good one.
Let's go on. Yeah, I didn't.
Super chat. 916. Oh, there's quite a few. Shanson 82. Kate, do you find it hard to manage Tom's character? It seems like it's difficult to understand when he wants to challenge or talk legitimate gameplay when he's so deep in character.
He and I felt awful about what happened during that match. I totally failed him, and he and I have a game plan now. We have a code word if he wants me to challenge something, but I dropped the ball because there was a discrepancy. Jader answered one answer. Tom answered three. Whether or not I have the knowledge.
$20. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say. What a day. What is a Disney song that makes you happy? Have a great day. Can't predict the games tournament.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
That's a good one.
Mommy.
And just the whistling that did the.
Yes.
So
I will say though, Kate, you are too hard on yourself when it comes to that. Like the Festival Darlings thing, like they got to know too as well. And also, a player can initiate a challenge if Tom felt that strongly about, like, and you don't know that Sin City had 3 directors officially listed on IMDb.
I should have.
But Tom could have, like, he's in character, and I love Tom's character. He's a great player. Like, I really think he's the best character that can play a Schmodown right now. But he should have been like, I want to challenge, like, or whatever, however he does his Tom stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he should.
I mean, he said
you initiated it.
He said he did say, you didn't say them all. In character, and I should have at that. And I was typing to him in the private chat, and I was like, should I challenge this? And he didn't see it till 2 questions down the line, and then he misheard that other one. I mean, it was a real
part of the digital. It's also part of the digital era that we're trying to get over here.
Yeah, in studio that wouldn't have happened, Kate.
No.
In studio that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, you would have been able to challenge it. It's just we're trying to figure certain things out, and that was one that it happened.
Also, by the time Courtney was like, no, the challenge is passed. The question's gone. I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, all that. So, look, the good news, and this is something that all the managers and players will be happy about. We had a committee that was put together to go over any additional additions to the rule book that we had in play, right? So the final one was kind of put together and submitting the overall rule book today, and that should be connected to everybody's. Everybody should get that next season, kind of going into it. So the rule book is pretty much done, and that's actually part of that is when you can challenge, how long before, after a question, all that stuff is in there. So it's going to be a full on. It's like a 28-page document of all the rules and stuff too. So for anybody worried about what's in there, what's not in there, it's all going to be in there. And we're considering putting up some of it on the website also. Anyway, next.
Eric Ortiz. You know what sucks about next year? We're always going to be reminded that 2021.
That's good. That's good.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
That was a good one.
Doshi. I'm super excited for Super Mario 3D All-Stars this Friday and a movie coming. Awesome. Mario is my favorite video game franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Chris Corcoran. Thank you guys for watching my out of context video yesterday. Been a fan since 2015 and it means the world.
Oh, it was so good.
It was really funny.
It was really good, yeah.
Brian Brawler. I went out to dinner with my dad the other night, who was raised in New York, and casually asked him about Action Park, and he knew about it. The rest of the night, I read him an article about the documentary, and we laughed at the ridiculousness.
We talked about that. We talked about that.
That was the $50 one. Sorry. Big Mo's movies. Hey Ben, I finally got a chance to watch Cocktails and Casting. It's such a great concept. Love it. Thank you so much, Big Mo. Appreciate that. Sabrina's on vacation, but once she's back, then we'll start those back up again. Jaimon John with the next 3. Best movie cop: Dirty Cop, Frank Serpico, Vincent Hanna, Jim Gordon, or John McClane.
Oh man, out of the 3 of those, I mean, by resume, you got to give it to McClane as the first. Was Dirty Harry the first one?
It says Dirty Cop. I'm guessing you meant Dirty Harry.
No, but he okay.
No, so, I think they meant the character from Scorpio, from Al Pacino from Scorpio, right? Not Scorpio.
No, it says Dirty Cop, Frank Serpico, Vincent Hanna, Jim Gordon, John McClane.
Okay. Let me look at that then. I would say, well, Serpico was a real cop. I would say McClane first, and then I'm going to go Vincent Hanna second. That's my pick.
I'll go Super Cop, Jackie Chan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
RoboCop next.
Yeah.
Brett, you can't write in. Brett, you can't write in.
Damn it.
Which movie ending made you cry? Warrior or Godfather 2?
Warrior.
Warrior,
yeah.
What with such different movies?
Yeah. Which movie made you cry? Bridesmaids or Sophie's Choice?
Right.
Which movie made you cry? Jack and Jill or Schindler's List?
Literally.
Do we really need a 4th Matrix movie? Hesitant about the Wachowskis' direction. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt for now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I am mad that Lawrence Fishburne isn't there. Like, I don't get how they don't bring it back.
It's the same thing, though. It's like, we don't know the story yet, so I can't get upset about it yet because I don't know the story. If I see the story, if I see the movie and we all go, obviously when we can see screenings and at the end of it we have that conversation, it's like, well, why couldn't they have fit him in somehow? Or, nah, it wouldn't have worked for what they did there. So we don't know yet until we see the actual vision of the movie. But as far as do I want a fourth one? Yeah, because I don't like what they did with 2 and 3, and I like to see if they're able to redeem it. But I could very well feel like you at the end of it, where I'm like, well, that was unnecessary. But I'm willing to try it, give it a shot. Let's see. I like the world that was set up. I was so excited after the first Matrix, man. I thought that we were going to have our brand new. I thought that was going to be the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's such a good movie. Daniel Almendrales. Hey Kristian, do you believe any of the rumors from Mandalorian drama set with Pedro Pascal wanting more money or wanting to not wear the helmet? Have you heard anything from your sources?
I haven't heard any. I don't know about my sources, but I haven't heard anything about that at all. And I also, it's not anything that let them figure it out. I want to watch the show. So when the show's out and they figure it out, Let them all figure it out, and we'll see what happens. Next,
I saw a post that Pedro had just had retweeted, and it's somebody taking him doing a certain stance, like in Narcos, and him doing it the same stance, and then him doing it in Mandalorian, which I think was just probably I am in the suit sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so weird how like people like just look for problems like behind the scenes and stuff. Like they can't be positive about something. Like instead of I don't know. It's weird. Anthony Colston. Hey, already read that one. Ryan White. Kristian, I finished. I'm thinking of ending things, and it still makes no sense. I agree with that person that says it gives you a panic attack. All the things you notice and they never address. I was pacing back and forth, thinking I was crazy.
Okay, well, you just sold it to me that I'm not going to finish it because if my whole reason to go back and watch it was them to address the weird stuff. Like okay, here's all this weird stuff. Like, do you tell me why it's happening? And you don't, like the interpretation thing. I'm too old to interpret it right now.
I mean, read the IndieWire article. There's a good IndieWire article. He breaks it down.
I don't want to read anything. I want to watch the movie.
Come on, RB3. You shouldn't have to read something.
If I have to read an article, if I have to read an article to figure out why the movie makes sense, then no, thank you. I'm okay. I'm done being. You're early 20s. You be as artsy as you want. When you get to my age, you don't give about fucking artsy. You want to sit down and you want to just watch the movie, and it's like, does this make sense? I've turned into my father. Is what's happened. I don't want any of this. This like, oh well, yeah, it's a great article. If you want to find out exactly why Frame 56 at that time, why his hair went from purple to green, it'll tell you in the article on IndieWire. Like, no, I want to eat my fucking cheese puffs at night, slamming them into my face, and I just want to be explained why this guy has now turned from look, I have a suit and tie on. Now I'm wearing a garbage truck shirt for no reason. So,
this is the kind of movie I can watch now. If I can fall asleep during it and wake up and it still makes sense, it's a movie I can watch.
Bingo.
You still have a loose understanding of what's going on. Yeah.
Who did we have on the New York Comedy Show? I'm so sorry. Matt Serra. Kristian's going full Matt Serra with this. Full Knives Out Matt Serra with this movie.
Climbing up the walls.
What's this made a fucking ninja now? She's fucking climbing walls. What the fuck?
It's true.
I legit thought that dude was gonna pass out on stage.
That rant was the best.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Did we not piece that out? Did we not piece that out?
We had to have. I'm like 99% sure we did.
We probably put it on the Clips channel, but Matt Serra's thoughts on Knives Out, that should be a clip. That was the fucking best, and it was live.
Yeah. Your mom. And so I think some fan was like, "No, I liked it." He's like, "I don't give a fuck." Like, he was like in front row.
This is the most accurate. Just a lot of times when people put when they think that they know you and figured it out, you're just like, "Fuck you! You don't know me. This person knows me and has my name." Kristian Vilstrup. Kristian has just become a tired, oldish dad that wants to unwind and not think. You just nailed it. Look, if that was supposed to be insulting, then it would. Then it wasn't, because you've nailed. It's exactly what I've become, and I'm cool with it. Sit there and when I clock out from the day, that is, I want to, because my second job that I love starts as soon as this job ends. I got to be on with the family and the kids and doing stuff, and then I get like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending on how much I want to sacrifice, staying up an extra hour. But I want to unwind. Suck it. All right, next.
Your mom. Better nickname, Pandemic P or PG-13%? I'd have to go with Pandemic P. Shit makes me laugh every time. Also, as a Spurs fan, obligatory fuck Kawhi Leonard. All my homies hate Kawhi Leonard.
I get that one.
Yeah. PC. Hi, Kate.
Hi, PC.
Joel from Queens. That hellotushy.com / SEN Live. Not to be confused with tushy.com.
Whoa.
Yes. hellotushy.com.
Hello, Tushy.
Right.
I say it every time correctly.
On my onboarding call, she made sure to emphasize that as well.
I have not gotten any make the correction notes. So
Yeah.
You gotta get. I'm telling you, you guys. This is what you got to do. Do it. Get that tushy. Do it.
Useless
Hello,
facts.
Tushy.
Happy National
Hello, Tushy.
Guacamole Day, everyone.
Happy what?
holy moly!
National Guacamole Day.
Oh,
Holy moly day, Brett.
I don't know. I think they're all dumb anyway. Like, why not? Have
I mean,
Holy Moly
honestly,
Day?
yeah, honestly, Ben, I gotta tell you, I'm on Brett's side on this one. I feel like he's like National Second
National
Dog Day.
Spicoli Day?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It's National Pencil Day. Fuck off.
Today's the day.
All right, moving on. My favorite way to just interrupt you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's,
Marty
Do we
C.
do that when you talk about Star Wars?
listen. That's what I heard in my head for fucking 4 years. Just every time I talk about Star Wars, that's all I heard. Every time. Oh, wait a minute.
You didn't like the way that she was in the cave. You didn't like that. What? Oh, you didn't like that. Why didn't you like that? It was. You're positive. You're too positive. You're too negative. What? Oh, wait a minute. You love the movie? Then you're shilling. You don't like it? You're hateful now. Why is Harloff doing this on Jedi Council if he doesn't like Star Wars anymore? Why is he doing that? For 4 years. That's why I don't talk Star Wars Weekly anymore.
I love how as the bit kept going, the voice kept getting worse and worse. It started like, and then you started getting like the buck teeth and everything.
Because it started. You don't understand that show. When I started doing Far, Far Away, I used to skip to the Geek Nation studio. Ken couldn't wait to talk about. So nobody was doing. There was like 4 shows talking Star Wars back then, and Tiffany Smith and I would just run and we would be so excited to get there and do it, and then it turned into AMC Jedi Council, and that was a lot of fun, and it was this wonderful place that if you look at it, and then someone just came in and just started firing stink bombs all over the fucking place, and you're like, oh, it stinks in here now. The fruit's rotten. Everything sucks. No thanks. So that's how it went. I'm fine. How are you? Moving on.
Where do we go? Marty C. Hey, all, looking forward to the Comedy Store doc on Showtime. The store had some greats pass through its doors that made it big. Thoughts on this doc, and who do you think is the most underappreciated comedians to pick up the mic at the store?
Oh, James Painter. I don't even know. So I found out recently that James Painter, his stand-up is on YouTube. I don't think I can play a lot of it on this show. 2, I don't think with today's culture anybody would really actually like him. But I'm just gonna try to play.
Very funny. I just met him this week, and I truly think he's hilarious.
Listen.
Hold on.
Who they drag out? Out of all the people in the world, who they drag out to give you advice? The parents of a dead kid.
Never mind. I'm not gonna play that. I can't do it. He was super, super controversial. He was the guy. I think I told this story before. Like,
I didn't talk like this. Yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah, buddy.
and he went and I've told this story about Blue Iris, who what I saw her do. But then, and if I told this again, I apologize, but I have to tell it. So James Painter, if you look at this picture of him and just type in James Painter comedian, it's not for everybody. I'm telling you right now that when you watch it, some of you will be like, oh my God, this guy. I mean, you talk about pushing the limits. Roxy would turn it off in 3 seconds. But James Painter put on this blue wig and a dress, and he showed up as, this is after all that Blue Iris stuff had happened. He showed
gets
up.
donated $20. I prefer the old Simpsons episode explanation for every plot hole. Lucy Lawless is being questioned by nerds about seeing a plot holes and just says when you see something like that, a wizard did it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for this MOBA.
Huh.
But
Keep telling your story, Kristian.
Thank you. But anyway, so he would come. Fair enough.
Oh, so confused.
It's good. Brad, did I tell you that starting next week you're going to get 3 days a week? Oh, yeah? I forgot to mention that in the email.
Oh my God! The
You got 3
fucking
days.
setup for that was
3 days
so
a week.
good.
It was good.
Oh, I
It
was
was
like,
good.
wow, he's really advocating for Kristian. Oh, it's
Sure.
been, okay.
That's good. Thank you. Anyway, so he dressed, but he did. He dressed up. He dressed up as Blue Iris, and he shows up and he tells these. And I think I told this on Bert's. I can't remember where I told the story, but he put on this wig, and I remember sitting next to John Caparulo and Steve Simone and the entire OR. Kate, did I ever tell you this story?
No.
And there are people just packed out. And it was I don't know what day it was. It was probably either a Saturday or Sunday, but the OR is just filled. But a lot of comedians are into it. And I've never to this day seen a longer pause on roaring laughter than when he got up there, because he would tell all these filthy jokes as Blue Iris. And he goes,
The other day I was having sex with my boyfriend, and he said, Blue, your pussy smells terrible. I said, that's not my pussy. That's this dumpster we're fucking in. But we're not fucking in a dumpster. Oh, yeah. Well, it's definitely my pussy then.
And the place fucking lost their minds. Goddard, what are you doing? Sniffing your own farts?
No, my mom's texting me.
Yeah.
Is that okay? It's her birthday today.
Yeah. What is this show you're doing? He's talking about fucking in dumpsters and pussy.
RB3's gone. Kristian's gone.
My mom's calling me. He says, "Oh my God, that was perfect." So am I the only one that shuts the phone off the phone calls and texts when this show happens? Am I the only one that does that? Oh my God!
Didn't you leave the show yesterday for a phone call?
Yeah.
The other day when something happened, when the show almost shut down. Yeah, when I saw there's certain things I do. Not my mom wishing me a birthday later. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday to your mom.
It's just so funny. Christian's literally over here talking about garbage and
how important it is that you shouldn't be talking to your mother on your birthday. You should be listening to the Pussy Dumpster Story. I don't care if it's your mother's birthday.
Yeah.
Ain't here talking about having a dirty asshole.
Man, I swear to God, if you don't listen with rapt attention, I'm fucking in a dumpster.
Right. Telling a story here. And you,
Man.
sniffing your own fart.
Unprofessional, Ben.
Oh my God.
What
So
are you
good.
doing, Ben? Just sniffing
Shut
your
up,
own
Brett.
farts?
My mom's calling me.
Ben, that color looks good on you, by the way.
Holy shit, that was really good.
Oh, you know what I just did? Zoom has a touch up my appearance button on the video settings. So
You don't tell people that.
Yeah.
everybody check that. Oh no, I don't. Here,
touch up my
I'll turn it off real quick and y'all see every line in my face right now. Done.
You can't really tell at all.
No.
And then
I can't tell.
oh, there we go.
Oh, you can tell a little bit. I can
Yeah.
tell a little bit, yeah.
See, look at the eyes. Look at my eyes. I'm very tired. Oh no, not that. There, see?
Oh,
all that right there.
Kate's trying to find the setting. Help her.
Just get yourself some cheesecloth.
Click on where it says stop video. Click on the arrow. Video settings.
Oh. Donated $20. Keep that noise down in the basement, young man, and cut down the profanity. Also, where is that nice lady you went to the aquarium with? You seemed really excited when you told me about your little date, but you have not talked about her in a while.
I just love that Kate's looking for touch up my appearance. She changes her background.
It's perfect.
It's good, Kate.
You guys,
Take me to San Francisco.
you guys, it was really amazing to go to San Francisco.
So how much do we want to bet that Matt Link has already started cutting out the whole sniffing your farts? My mom.
Listen, if he loves us at all, he's already working.
Yeah, it's already there.
That was great. All right.
Pac-Man Dwain, a fart joke for y'all. I was invited to a party. Suddenly I farted when an angry man shouted, "Why do you fart in the presence of my wife?" I only gazed him for some moments and I calmly told him, "Sorry, I didn't know it was her turn."
By the way, you guys, I just touched up my appearance. Do I look better?
Oh.
There, now it's off. You know what it does? It just gets rid of my freckles. I'm offended.
Oh. Rude.
Look.
Nobody cares.
And that was a good joke. That
was good.
one.
All right,
was a good joke.
Let's try to finish up.
That was everything on Streamlabs. Let me go back to Super Chat. PC, happy birthday, Mrs. Goddard. Thank you so much, PC. I appreciate that. Jaiman John, is Michael Mann planning a Heat prequel? Shells.
Rex donated $20. Who's doing farts in the fart tower? Who's doing farts in the fart tower? Woot. It's a party in the fart tower. It's a party in the fart. Party in the fart tower. Hit the like button, mother effers.
She's had problems this episode. She started out all right, and then she just she got all messed up.
Yeah.
All right, we got.
Is Michael Mann planning a Heat prequel? Shell. Tom Hardy as Neil Fassbender, as Hannah. Remember Kristian on Collider Movie Talk.
Yeah. I think I brought that up at one point. I would love to see that. I don't know if it's going to do it. But the problem is the prequel is that I always was under the assumption that was the first time they ever met or knew each other. Like, to have Macaulay chasing or getting chased by Hannah again, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. They didn't know about each other until that movie.
No, Hannah discovers him when they do that first truck heist in the beginning. And it's like, tries to be, these guys are pros. And then, then they sit down I wouldn't want to see the prequel of them. I don't mind seeing a prequel, like if there was two movies of a separate thing with Macaulay and then a separate one with Hannah. That would be cool, but I don't need to see them chasing each other.
Let's get ready to talk Schmodown podcast. Kristian, will we get any stipulation matches next season? Retirement, non-title matches. Also got some good questions on Monday for you.
You might. I'm going on the show. I stopped by after the match. I stopped by their show and was on for a little bit. But I am doing a full episode with those guys pretty soon. So check them out. You might get a stipulation match this season, my friend. So keep on watching. Keep on watching.
Okay. All right. Let me refresh Streamlabs real quick. Got a few more, it seems like. Oh, no, they were all Schmobot. So thank you so much, guys, for today.
Awesome. And we still have 7 minutes left. So if you decide you wanted to end the show.
We do have that impression as well.
Oh, let's do that impression. Let's do that now.
All right. So we've got Arnold as Mario, Anaconda Brett as Luigi, and Chicago Kate as Bowser talking about the new movie.
Is Bowser's the turtle with spikes?
Yeah.
But he's like the main boss, the evil boss.
He's a bad guy.
He's the one that took the princess.
Yeah.
So why don't you start as Bowser?
Sorry, what was the premise again?
Just talking about the new movie.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys. New movie coming out. We know where it's set. It's set in the clouds with everybody. Okay, and let's see. We got Luigi, got Mario, but obviously I'm going to be the one that's sort of, I'm the catalyst in the whole thing. Okay. How you guys feeling? You guys feeling good about this or what?
Fuck you. Here's what you do. For me and my brother, we're going to jump over the mushrooms. We're going to smash them. We're going to get the bigger. And then we're going to get you. Because you took my lady. She said, I was here with you, and now I'm not. Now I am going to drive my cart and say, there we go. Come on.
It's me, Luigi. I'm gonna use a snake to clean out your toilet because you made a shit so big. I have to snake it out, okay?
I don't. Honest to God, did that guy eat one of the mushrooms? What's going on?
He's fucked up. He's been the problem child for a very long time in the family, but we keep him around. To be honest, it's almost like the movie I did years ago called Twins. He's the Danny DeVito. I am me.
Where's Yoshi? I gotta see Yoshi.
Here we go. Come on. There we go. Very nice. That's the movie. Is that everything? Is anything
That
else?
is everything.
All right, cool. This was a fun show, everybody. Reminder to you all, if you would be so kind to head on over to Apple Podcasts and subscribe and leave a comment to both All My Movies with Dangerous Dan Merle and One-on-One with Kristian Harloff. That's me. Make sure you do that. And for Dan's show, that's going to debut today, 3 p.m. PST. So make sure that you're either watching here, and definitely if you want to keep the show going, you want to keep all these shows on the air for these particular shows, you got to subscribe to Apple Podcasts and leave a comment, whether you're watching on YouTube or not. Please do that. The more guests we get, the more people are checking the show out, and it's easier to have more conversations with people. And then, just leave your suggestions. So for RB3, Kate Mulligan, Brett Sheridan, Ben Goddard, the whole damn crew. Roka's on tomorrow. We'll have a good show there, too. So thank you for joining us. And I hope you had a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everybody who donated here today. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, mother.
Ryan White says, Kate, I don't think you need a touch-up of any kind. You always look great.
Oh, apparently Jalen, there was one we missed from Jalen also. Jalen, we'll get to it tomorrow, my man. So it was a super chat, apparently.
Unless it's about me looking good. Can we get to it today?
Well, we'll figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time.
National Pencil Day.